From the outside, they looked untouchable. Luxury cars, designer clothes, exotic trips, and a family life that screamed success. But behind that image was a secret so dark it would end in betrayal, torture, and a death no one saw coming. And the most shocking part, the person closest to him may have helped set everything in motion. On paper, Thomas Campbell's life was simple: a regular job, government benefits, nothing flashy. But reality told a completely different story. Brand new high-performance cars lined the driveway: an Audi, a Mercedes, a BMW, each one customized, each one expensive, each one impossible to explain. Then there were the holidays: 10-night luxury trips to Cancun, 5-figure vacations, designer wardrobes packed with high-end labels. For nearly 5 years, no one asked questions, no alarms, no interruptions, and that silence allowed something much bigger to grow in the background. But eventually, the math stopped working, and someone noticed. In 2014, the attention turned serious. Authorities launched a major investigation into a suspected supply network operating in Manchester. Suddenly, the lifestyle wasn't impressive anymore. It was suspicious. Reports claim Thomas sensed the pressure tightening. He rebranded himself almost overnight, presenting as a self-employed fitness instructor. Gym photos, new routines, a clean image. But investigators weren't buying it. Behind the social posts and workout selfies was something far more organized. The dots had already been connected, and the illusion was running out of time. Then came the moment no one could spin away. By 2019, the truth caught up. Thomas was sentenced for financial crimes connected to laundering. His wife, Colleen, faced the same charge. Their luxury life collapsed overnight. By the time they were released, the damage wasn't just financial, it was personal. Colleen discovered something that cut deeper than prison ever did. Thomas had allegedly been seeing one of her close friends. What followed wasn't quiet, it wasn't private, it was explosive. The relationship ended in anger, humiliation, and resentment that didn't fade. And while it looked like a breakup on the surface, something much darker was forming underneath. Around this time, another person entered the picture: John Belfield, the ex of the same woman linked to the affair. 2 people, 2 betrayals, 1 shared target. Messages turned into conversations. Conversations turned into planning. Reports suggest this wasn't about money alone. It was emotional. It was personal. Colleen allegedly began sharing information only someone close would know: daily routines, timings, locations. And once that information was out, there was no taking it back. What happened next pushed everything past the point of return. Before the final act unfolded, there were signs: violence that felt impulsive, anger that spilled into public. In one incident, Colleen was reportedly involved in an attack linked to another relationship dispute. CCTV showed weapons, a short burst of chaos, and a level of aggression that shocked witnesses. At the time, it seemed isolated, but looking back, many believe it was a preview. Because while that situation ended quickly, the next one wouldn't. After days of tracking and surveillance, the plan moved forward. As Thomas arrived home, unaware of what waited for him, the ambush began. What followed lasted nearly 2 hours, a level of cruelty that's difficult to comprehend. Repeated attacks, humiliation, pain that didn't stop. By the time the attackers left, Thomas was barely alive. He was later found with dozens of injuries. The street woke up to a nightmare, and the question started immediately: who could do this, and why? But the most chilling part came after. Online, Colleen appeared devastated. Heartfelt posts, emotional tributes, messages about love and loss. She helped organize memorials, stood beside family members, cried with them. No one suspected a thing. But behind the scenes, investigators were piecing together details that didn't sit right. And then something strange happened. Colleen reportedly shared specific details about the incident, details that hadn't been released publicly. When asked how she knew, she offered an explanation that raised alarms immediately. That was the moment everything unraveled. One suspect was arrested within weeks. Another fled the country, sparking an international search. Eventually, he was found overseas and brought back. As the case unfolded, evidence painted a much clearer picture. Phone records, meetings, CCTV footage. Investigators concluded Colleen had far more involvement than she admitted. Knowledge of tracking devices, information about routines, conversations discussing plans. She claimed she never intended for things to go that far, that it was only meant to be a robbery. But the evidence told a different story. The court ultimately convicted her of manslaughter. The sentence ended a life that once looked perfect from the outside. This wasn't just a story about crime. It was about image, about secrets hidden behind luxury, about betrayal that grew quietly until it exploded. And it raises an uncomfortable question. How well do we really know the people closest to us? Because sometimes the most dangerous threats aren't strangers. They're already inside the house.